Hi everybody. So here I am Manik, and from our channel Literature Study at Home, I welcome you from the core of my heart for today's discussion. So today we will discuss once again from the unit short story. So in our last class we discussed 25 MCQs from the short story. Now the next series here I will try to discuss with you 50 most important MCQs from the short story section. Your first question says that who is the protagonist in Rip Van Winkle? This is an easy one. I think everybody can answer. It is Rip Van Winkle. What causes Rip Van Winkle's long ship in the story Rip Van Winkle? It is drinking something that is with mysterious strangers. So he drinks something with some mysterious strangers in his journey. So option B is the right answer. Now, which theme is central to the secret life of Walter Mitty? What is the central theme in the secret life of Walter Mitty? And that is escapism. Now, what does Walter Mitty escape from through his daydreams? So, what does Walter Mitty escape from through his daydreams? And he is escaping from the monotony of daily life. Now, question number 5. Okay, the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County. The celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County. What is fed to Dan Van Webster to make him lose the race? So, what is fed to Dan Webster to make him lose the race? It is the buckshot. Okay. Next, who is the narrator in the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras Country? So, it is Simon Wheeler who is the protagonist, or rather narrator. Protagonist it's not, it's rather narrator. Now, what does Levi choose to do in the wine with the wine given to him in the gift? So, what does Levi choose to do with the wine given to him in the short story, the gift? It is that she started composing a poem. Option B. Now, in the notes, what absurd event occurs? In the short story, the notes, what absurd event occurs? Major Kovalyov's notes detaches and leads its own life. Funny incident. Next, in the open boat, in the short story, open boat, what does the sea symbolize? The sea in the open boat symbolizes obviously nature's indifference. Now, question number 10. What is Tom Walker's ultimate fate in the Devil and Tom Walker? What is Tom Walker's ultimate fate in the Devil and Tom Walker? Actually, in the story, he is taken by the devil for his excessive greed. Now, question number 11. The little match girl in the short story, Little Match Girl, what do the matches symbolize? So, in Little Match Girl, what do the matches symbolize? Matches symbolize the fleeting moments of comfortable life. Now, what is the central theme of the death of Ivan Illich? So, the death of Ivan Illich in the story, what is the central theme? The central theme is mortality and life is meaning. Who, question number, how much? Question number 12 is over. Now, question number 13. Who sacrifices their life in the short story The Nightingale and the Rose. So in the short story Nightingale and Rose, who sacrifices their life? It is the nightingale who sacrifices their life. Question number 14. In to build a fire, what leads to the protagonist's downfall? So in the short story, to build a fire, what leads protagonist downfall? It is that understanding or rather underestimating, lowering the cold. Now question number 15. What theme does the legend of Sleepy Hollow explore? What theme does the legend of Sleepy Hollow explore? It explored the power of local folklore. Option 16. Here we have arranged the following stories in chronological order of their publication. First, we have seen Rip Van Winkle, the Notes, the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County, and the fourth one is Nightingale and Rose. So it is that obviously Rip Van Winkle published first, then we have the Notes, then we have the celebrated jumping frog, and at the end the Nightingale and Rose. Your option A is absolutely right. Now question number 17. Which of the following is a symbol of societal decay in a Rose for family? Okay, which of the following is a symbol of societal decay in the short story A Rose for Family? Option A says Emily's wedding gown. No, it is Emily's house. It is the symbol of societal decay. Got it? Now question number 18. Which work deals explicitly with the theory of existentialism? Which work, that means which short story, deals explicitly with the theory of existentialism? It is the Open Board. Open Board is about existentialism. Which work introduces a metaphor, contrast between protagonist daydreams and reality? So which work introduces a metaphor, contrast between protagonist daydreams and reality? Obviously it is Rip Van Winkle. Now in which story the theme of sacrifice illustrated most vividly? In which story is the theme of sacrifice illustrated most vividly? So it is in the story that is the Nightingale and Rose. Nightingale and Rose is the correct answer. Okay, so protagonist's daydream is also found in yes, that question is done. Now next question. Match the year of publication with the text. Which text was published in which year? So I have already discussed the chronological order. Now this question just given, okay, you need to answer. So 1820, which of the text was published? Rip Van Winkle, the Notes, the celebrated jumping frog of Calvados, or the death of Ivan Ilyich? So it is obviously Rip Van Winkle, published in 1820. So 1820 is the publication year of Rip Van Winkle. Now 1842 is the publication of obviously the Notes. The Notes is published in 1842. And then question number 23, 1865 is the publication of the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras Country. And then death of Ivan Ilyich is 1886. Got it? Okay. So now come to question number 25. In Rip Van Winkle, what historical event does Rip sleep through? So here the historical event is mentioned in the story Rip Van Winkle. So what is it? It is the revolution, and that is called American Revolution. It is mentioned as American Revolution. He slipped through. That means Rip slipped through. Now, question number 26. In The Devil and Tom Walker, what does swamp symbolize? In the story, The Devil and Tom Walker, what does the swamp symbolize? So, swamp symbolizes that is of moral corruption. Okay. Now, question number 27. What is the ultimate fate of the banker in Anton Chekhov's short story, The Bait? So, in the short story by Anton Chekhov, The Bait, the ultimate fate of the banker is that he loses all his wealth and contemplates to suicide. Come to question number 28. Who or what does the dog represent? The dog represent. Who or what does the dog represent in Jack London's to build fire? To build fire. So in Jack London's To Build a Fire, so here the dog represent instinctive survival skills. Come to question number 29. Which major theme does The Prince and the Pauper explore? Prince and the Pauper explore the theme of social inequality and identity. Now come to question number 30. In A Rose for Emily, what does Emily's house symbolize? I have mentioned little ago, and it is obviously resistance to change. Now, what is the tone of the celebrated jumping frog of Calvaris County by Mark Twain? So, the tone of the story, the celebrated jumping frog of Calvaris County, is that obviously humorous and ironic. Now, in question number 32, in Rip Van Winkle, how Rip viewed by the villagers after his long sleep, a relic of the past. Come to question number 33. What does Walter Mitty's daydreaming symbolize in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty? So Walter Mitty's daydreaming is symbolized of his dissatisfaction with the mundane reality. Now, next question. What does the red rose symbolize in Oscar Wilde's The Nightingale and the Rose? The red rose is symbolic of sacrifice and superficiality of human desires. Now, question number 35. Which event triggers the climax in The Nose by Nikolai Gogol? So, which event triggers the climax in The Nose by Nikolai Gogol? And it is the nose being reattached. Okay. Now, question number 36. In the open board, what is ironic about Euler's death? What is the ironical thing about Euler's death? And it is, he was the strongest among the men. That is ironic. On the other hand, he was a weak one. Now, 37. What is primary conflict in Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Match Girl? What is the primary conflict? Primary conflict is about the dichotomy or the contrast between hope and despair. Now, question number 38. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. In The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, what is the purpose of Headless Horseman legend? The Headless Horseman legend symbolizes, that is, embodying superstition and folklore. Superstition and folklore, option D. What messages does the death of Ivan Ilyich convey about the societal values? He conveys that they are superficial and often misguided. So, societal values are superficial and often misguided. Now, come to question number 40. So, who narrates the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County. So who is the narrator of the story? The the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County. So it is that Simon Wheeler is the narrator. Now, how does Levi's poem, The Gift, reflect his philosophical beliefs? So Levi's poem, The Gift, reflect his philosophical ideas by celebrating life's fleeting beauty and simplicity. Now, in the short story, The Bait, why does the lawyer renounce the money at the end? The lawyer renounces the money at the end because to show his disdain for material wealth. Okay, now 43. What role does the she play in the open board? The she plays the role of an indifferent and overpowering antagonist. I hope this question is repeated so that you can, once again, you can channel your ideas, because I think most of you have found this name of the short stories as unknown, but those who are studying with us, I think you can got it really well, because I have given the most important 70 short stories and I also discussed about them. I think it will be helpful for you. Now come to question number 44. What literary device dominates the secret life of Walter Mitty? So the secret life of Walter Mitty, here we have the literary device, it's called juxtaposition. In The Nightingale and the Rose, how does student react to the girl's rejection? So in the story, The Nightingale and the Rose, the student reacts, that means he despises the girl for her materialism. Now question number 46. What theme does the red rose in Oscar Wilde's Nightingale and the Rose primarily highlight? So the red rose is the thematic symbolic significance, and it signifies that the clash between materialism and selfishness. Okay, now come to question number 47. How does Rip Van Winkle perceive the changes in his village after his awakening? So he, with his nostalgia and longing for the past, so he shows the changes and think about it after his awakening. Now come to question number 48. In To Build a Fire, how is protagonist arrogance portrayed? Protagonist arrogance is portrayed in, that is, through his ignorance of the weather, that is also found there, through his decision to travel alone, that is also found there, through his disregard for the dog's instincts, that is also found here. So all of the above should be the right answer. Now, what is the irony in the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County? The irony is that the stranger deceives Smiley despite his cleverness. That is the irony. Now, the last question for today. In A Rose for Emily, what shocking discovery is made at the end of the story? At the end of the story, we find that Emily poisoned Homer Baron and kept his corpse. So that's all for today. I hope this 50 MCQs from the short story is helpful for you, as I believe that this is also going to help you in your upcoming examination. So that's all. Thank you and have a great reading. Thank you.